Thanks for staying with us. Revelations of a parallel intelligence network, unlawful covert operations, and rampant theft of state security funds have all been described as a serious threat to the country's constitutional democracy. South Africans were left shocked by the scale of the intensity, well, the scale and the intensity, in fact, of rogue operations within the State Security Agency this week. It emerged that a unit was unlawfully set up specifically for the benefit, allegedly, of former President Jacob Zuma and to advance his factional interests in the ANC. But what can be done now to ensure it doesn't happen again? eNCA's Barry Bateman has more for you.
The partisan involvement of the security services in the political sphere goes against the values espoused in the intelligence community and reflected in the Constitution.
These are the conclusions to Ms. K's evidence that summed up a week of frightening revelations at the state capture inquiry. At the centre of them all was a special unit claimed to serve one man and his political allies. One analyst believes this was a worst-case scenario of things going wrong in a democracy.
It's a major threat to the orderly and legal functioning of public institutions, because what you see happening is that political and influential people using brute power to set up parallel structures to circumvent and avoid transparency, accountability, and in the shadows pursue personal political agendas.
It's a sentiment shared by the Council for the Advancement of the South African Constitution's Lawson Naidoo. According to evidence, CASAC was among several NGOs under surveillance.
And when the machinery of state targets its focus against those sorts of organizations, then it really undermines the very nature of our democracy, the very nature of a constitutional democracy.
The question now is, what needs to change? For starters, Ivor Sarakinski says we don't need a Minister of Intelligence.
I think we need to abolish a minister, because then you're politicizing the intelligence services right from the start. We need to have a special portfolio committee, and like Scopa, I think it ought to be chaired by a member of the opposition parties, because the fox can't guard the chicken coop. And those would be the basic mechanisms to start to clean this up.
CASAC says there needs to be accountability, starting with President Cyril Ramaphosa, who received the high-level review panel report on the State Security Agency in 2018.
There were recommendations in that report that acts of illegality that were uncovered by the high-level panel should be investigated and prosecuted. I think the President owes the country an explanation on this. What further investigations were done? How far have they progressed? And when are we likely to see prosecutions for those illegal activities? It's pointless now saying that because this evidence has been presented to the Zondo Commission, we must now wait for the report of the Zondo Commission. The President needs to tell the country what he has done.
Ramaphosa says he will testify at the State Capture Commission. However, it remains to be seen whether Zuma will adhere to the recent Constitutional Court ruling that he present himself to answer questions. Barry Bateman, Pretoria.